Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're talking about Nick Spencer's time on the Captain America series, the time of Hydra Cap. So this series got a real bad rap. Everything surrounding this particular run got very politicized. And I sincerely believe that a lot of people have missed out on a pretty interesting story. In this case, we're going to cover issues 4 to 6 that are tie-ins into the Civil War II crossover, which was a very bad story. But oddly enough, these Captain America issues are pretty good. Nick Spencer is able to take advantage of the premise of this crossover and capitalize this in a pretty interesting way. And before we get into the story itself, the whole thing around Hydra Cap, we got to remember Captain America's past was altered by the Red Skull using the Cosmic Cube. So issue 4 starts with the retelling of part of Captain America's past when he was a very young kid. Now, by this time, his mother was involved with this charity organization that it's just a front for Hydra. They're looking for new agents. The future Madam Hydra actually killed Captain America's father because he was a drunk wife beater. She had set her sights on young Steve Rogers and started to become a little bit too pushy with Steve's mother. And the story starts off with Madam Hydra arriving and telling Steve's mom, look, we have to move. We have to get out of this place for the good of Steve. And Steve's mom's like, nope, we're going to stay. We have our lives here. We have a brief little scuffle where one of Madam Hydra's goons ends up accidentally killing Steve's mom. Young Steve Rogers is hiding under a bed. He doesn't really see his mother being killed, but he realizes that she has fallen to the floor. Madam Hydra finds Steve Rogers and tells him, look, we're going to take you to a faraway school. It's going to be a very special place. Mom's okay, but you'll never see her again if you do not finish your studies. Young Steve Rogers knows that there's something very, very wrong in this school. He tries to escape many times. The school itself is very heavy-handed, and the whole curriculum of studies is pretty sketchy. Then we cut to the modern day where we have Hydra Cap. He's trying to find a new secret base. He has Dr. Selvig under his watchful eye. And we get this really awesome moment where Cap finally finds the base that he wants. The thing is, it belongs to Red Ghost, that old classic Fantastic Four villain that has those super apes. And when Captain America arrives to take over the base, he's freaking brutal against those super apes and Red Ghost. You sort of feel bad for him. What this story illustrates is how dangerous Captain America is when he's on the dark side. So what happens in this issue is that Cap actually discovers the existence of Ulysses, a precognitive inhuman that with his powers, Carol Danvers was able to stay one step ahead of the biggest and baddest villains in the Marvel Universe and was able to stave off many, many disasters. But this caused a gigantic fracture within the superhero community. And the whole idea of arresting a person who hasn't committed a crime yet obviously is ethically pretty questionable, but I'm not going to get into that today. So what happens with Cap when he finds out about the existence of Ulysses and the nature of his powers, he calls off this attack that Hydra had prepared. They were going to take down all the superheroes in one foul swoop, but Captain America realized that this was just too dangerous. Obviously, they're going to fail because they have a precog on their side. But what happens is, as the story progresses, Captain America discovers how to manipulate Ulysses and his powers. So a lot of the bad stuff that happened during this crossover were actually Captain America's fault. He was the one behind this whole situation. So the story really shows off, again, the danger of Captain America being this strategic genius, taking advantage of this whole situation of this war between Iron Man and Captain Marvel. And all he does is just add more and more fuel to the fire. Also, in these issues, we get to see Kraken. He was a character created by Hickman during his Secret Warriors run. He's like one of the secret leaders of Hydra. So it was pretty cool to see him back. But that aside, we're going to leave this video here. Hope you guys liked it. Bye.